Oh
Coming here.
wow,
Lot of,
that was quick there. But then it was probably a couple of dates there. Obviously
yeah,
here
a
about
lot of New Jersey, a lot of New York, Boston, stuff
ah
like East Coast. But
ah
or
okay there I see there. All
um,
right, and all that good stuff there. So obviously it's going to be so instead of Tulsa, Texas, it's going to be to northeast, I guess.
yeah.
Send me the link to Seaman's channel or show.
All
Mm,
right.
that was quick. And so I guess YR's music is playing right now on his end there. So we're live on my areas. All right, so what's happening, Ark? Everything good?
I guess so.
All right, there. So, yeah, we got a couple of things to talk about there. One of them, of course, the passing of Meatloaf over the past weekend there,
Yeah.
and plus, what happened in hailstorm, and this, and I guess what is it about Ding? I mean, a question that was brought up on my conversation with Mel, Yellow, and Ken
Oh, the Rock is dead
about.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, it absolutely did there, and we need to talk about that there, definitely for Shizzle.
Okay. Do we want to get into tragedies first or this stuff first?
Well, we can. Well, I'm thinking possibly we could get into the tragedy, the deaths, the rock deaths for. Well, let's do the music news first, and then we could get into the main subject, and then we can hit up on the rock is dead subject there. That lead that for the last topic for this show there.
Okay.
All right, there sounds logical there.
Let's start with that wreck or whatever you're talking about, the Lizzie hailstorm. It was a
Yeah, what I
bus.
mean, yeah. Apparently, what I saw this on Facebook there, and it was on the news item there. I was like, holy cow! I got NYR this. Apparently, what it was, I forgot which city it was in, but apparently, members of Hailstorm were sleeping in their hotel rooms, and they found out that their tour bus was on fire. Now, can you send the link to Keith there for him to read there on the air?
Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah. Because this was a trip to hear about there. Because I heard about this, I was like, "Who that? Oh, did it accidentally caught on fire? Did it? Was it purposely set on fire, or what the heck it is?" Now, now I got loudwire.com on my computer right now. It just wrapped up the co-headlining tour with Evanescence, and apparently, what happened was that they were. What happened was is that all the members of the band were in the hotel room when the fire ripped through the bus at 3 a.m. Lizzie Hale told one of them told Lou Brutus of Hard Drive Radio, all day I've been either laughing or just crying at it at all because it was a combination of both. Lizzie Hale explained it. Hold up there, let's keep it going there. There we go. Explains she thinks the cause of the fire was something electrical. According to the investigator, who basically said it started where mine and Josh, the bass player, bunk may have been. Instagram pics from Joe Hodiner, who is the lead guitarist for the band, and R.J. Hale, the drummer, and the younger brother of Lizzie, showed the inside of the bus totally gutted. Looks like the only things that survived were some empty beer cans and a half-melted cooler. Hale says that their show the night before Winchester, MA, was cathartic. She said, I don't think I transcend like that on stage in a long time. I just think the idea that one of us may have gotten hurt. Maybe somebody would have died. And the fact that we're all one piece and one together, we literally played that show like it was our last show. We're just grateful to have each other. And there's a silver lining to it all. Out there. And it's like, that has got to be probably the biggest tour bus incident in rock and roll that really made it major news like it has now. The other two being Gloria Estefan in 1990 and Metallica's Cliff Burton back in 1986. Now, I don't know how. I've never been on a tour bus myself there, so this is a kind of a trip to listen to hear about. But once again, thank goodness nobody was hurt, nobody was seriously injured. But I guess right now they're gonna have to get some to start renting some equipment for the next few shows there. So wow, it's gonna be a big trip there. Anybody who has anything to add on to this scenario here?
Yeah, it was, obviously they lost a lot of equipment, probably just insurance and all that stuff to cover that. But yeah, Lizzie, doesn't she play for Alice Cooper's band, or who's that chick guitarist?
No, that's Nita Strauss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Lizzie is just the front woman for her band only, I guess.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
And then Sammy Hagar is doing this big tour, and he's coming with George Thorogood and the Destroyer.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's good to hear. It's good to see Giorgio still throwing down.
Keith.
Yes.
Would you like to announce what concert is going to be close to you this Saturday?
Van Halen, 14-minute drive from me.
Well, it's the Sammy Hagar thing, but
Sammy Hagar.
Closest thing, he does play a lot of his solo Van Halen stuff, like a lot now. More so than ever because of obviously what happened, but
with Eddie.
He's carrying the torch. Because Roth canceled all the shows in Vegas.
Yeah, no.
Did you hear that classic band thing I sent you?
Classic band thing.
Classic
which one?
78.
Classic 78. I don't know. It was on Skype there. Let me check, dude.
Hey, so I got to play this for all of y'all right now. This band's probably been around like 5 years. The drummer for Anthrax just joined as the drummer, and what they do.
Charlie Barnett.
Who's the other
That's
drummer?
the drummer's name there. Yeah.
For Anthrax?
Yeah, he's the drummer there.
Okay, so what they do is they sound just like 70s Kiss, but it's all original songs. It's no covers. It's nothing. These guys are like real low key. They're getting a little bit more out there. They're not touring or nothing, but it's just like these two guys are. One does the Gene voice, and then one does the Gene and Ace voice, and then the other does Paul. And they're basically they work with Aerosmith as like roadies and like just other things, like whatever they need. Basically, they're calling themselves like the Swiss Army knife, whatever Aerosmith, they're part of their crew. And obviously good musicians. But listen to this. This is all over. This is. You're gonna think this sounds like Kiss. This is all blew my mind. This is Gene, or this is the guy supposed to sound like Gene.
The Gene sounds like.
And you fucking tell me that. I mean, this is Eddie Trunk had them on the show this week. Here it is. It's the Gene song. You hear it?
I hear it loud and clear.
This is fucking crazy, right?
Holy cow.
Never turn away from breaking the swear. Anything you want is here for the taking. Get in the game and go for all you can. Yeah. I knew that freedom wasn't free.
All right, now I want to hear. What do you think about that? I want y'all to hear the.
Just like Kiss.
I want y'all to hear the Paul. Paul. Here's the Paul.
Okay, the guy sounded like Paul there, yeah.
Here we go. This one.
All right.
great ride.
It is.
That's something to say. Always keep my fire burning. I'm on my way.
That's fucking crazy, right?
Damn, it is. It sounds. You sure this is not Kiss under an
I'm
alias
telling you,
name?
it's everyone has the same reaction. It's like, I mean, and even they were saying that Gene and Paul heard and they couldn't believe it, and production value, and it's type of thing where obviously Kiss is saying they're retiring.
Sounds like they've
so you
been
never know.
cloned.
Yeah, I mean, it really is scary how. I mean, but that Paul voice, that's that's something that
Especially, and the Gene voices as well. Though
Yeah.
credit those two there.
it's called Classic with the K, with both K's in it. 78. If y'all want to look it
Wow.
up, they just came out with another album called Phantoms. So it's all. I mean, it's like really the only band that is we're trying to sound like Kiss, but like their thing was that 70s sound of Kiss is just such a tremendous sound, and
Phenomenal. That's the
So-
thing to put it where it sounds phenomenal because it really does.
I mean that's
It sounds
That's
like
a little-
it sounds like something that was left off the Love Gun album or Rock
Yeah.
and Roll Over. But
Rock and Roll Over, yeah.
Damn, yeah, it was, but it sounds damn good.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
All right, well,
beyond
let's get to the
impressed.
list.
Okay, there
little
he is.
sidebar there, but
All right, there. All right, there. So now we left off at who was it again? Ark the
Oh shoot, I
was-
don't remember, but I know where I am.
I think it was with the Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead. I think it was there who
Sounds
passed away.
right.
In 90, yeah,
We need
95.
Keith to start writing the last one down so I can remember.
Yeah, I know. You got your list ready, Keith?
Keith.
I'm ready.
Okay.
There you are.
I'm ready.
Okay, there you are, dude.
First one I got, some of you guys probably never heard of. 60s singer by the name of Terry Stafford. He died in 54 of liver failure. His
what was
big
his
song,
name again? His voice.
Terry Stafford, his big song was Suspicion.
Oh,
It was a cover of that song. Came out in 64 or 5, I think.
oh. Was it a one-hit wonder?
Pretty
guess.
much.
Ah,
But it was a big one. Next one I got Don Murray, member of the Turtles.
wow.
He was 50. Complications following ulcer surgery. So you got two naturals there.
Wow.
Yes, exactly.
When we think of the Turtles, we think of
Flo and Eddie.
just Flo and Eddie. Yeah, the two main guys there because they're the ones who are still alive and still kicking it, I guess. There.
Yeah, and actually, one of the questions I always had is, what is their deal?
With the Flo and Eddie name.
No, are they more than just friends or what? I've always been
Probably-
curious
I
about that.
I don't know. Should probably look them up look them up on the Wikipedia.
Not
to
that it
find
really
out,
matters.
if
I
they're
was just curious.
I think we are, but I think because let me look up there. Let me look on the Wikipedia there. It's a rock duo. There we go there. Let's look them up there. Give it a while for the Wikipedia to load up as always. Blah, blah, blah there. Yep. Comedy rock duo consisting of Mark Volman and Howard Kalin. Howard Kalin is Eddie there. The original founding members of the Turtles. They also joined Frank Zappa's and the Mothers
Yeah.
for a couple albums there. One of them, just another band from L.A. with Billy the Mountain, which I had on vinyl back in the day there. Now, here's something else. Contractual restrictions imposed earlier in their prevented them from using the name The Turtles as well as their own name in a musical context. Now, when Frank Zappa of the Mother's Invention was injured during a concert in 1971, the two found themselves in an impassive as members of the Mother's Invention and were action out of time. They responded to these events by recording this aborted an album of Reprise Records with other members of the Mothers, although it failed to chart. They continued albums with the more successful Flo and Eddie, Illegal, Immortal, and Fattening, Moving Targets, Owen, Flo, and Eddie. And he continued to do their session work. They did backup vocals for Get It On, Get Bang a Gong by T-Rex. Wow, interesting.
Hmm.
He also did some backup on a couple other T-Rex albums as well. And they were friends with T-Rex's Mark Bolan and good friends with Alice Cooper. They were the opening act on the $1 Billion Bass tour in the spring of '73, as well as the backup vocals on some Cooper albums like From the Inside, Flush of Fashion, Zipper Catches Skin, and they were the house band for the Canadian TV talk show 90 Minutes Live.
Is that true, Brown, that if it wasn't for Alice Cooper, there'd never be a Kiss? Who basically came first?
I don't know.
Cooper came before Kiss. I know that.
All right.
Yeah, but then again, who became? But then again, Screaming Jay Hawkins and the Crazy World of Arthur Brown
Shock
came
rock.
before Alice Cooper. Yeah,
Would you call Kiss shock rock at the time?
not really though.
Not
Unless
to the
they were
extent of
do it-
Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kiss was more party theatrical.
Yeah.
Let's have a party. Let's have ourselves a rock and roll party 24/7 every day of the week.
And
That was
Cooper,
their-
on
that
the
was
other
their
hand,
kind of
was more of a skit-based, show-based. I don't know what to call it. If you ever saw him do the Killer song live, at the end of it, while the organ music's doing its thing, he's walking up to the hangman's noose and actually hangs himself on stage.
Well, of course, that's
I
fake.
saw
as
that.
We all
I saw.
know, but
I was
still.
going. Yeah, I saw. I think he still does that act to
Probably.
this day because I saw a
Yeah.
recent one from
And then on
2010 or something.
Ballad of Dwight Fry, yeah, it's almost
Mhm.
a complete stage act while he's doing the song.
Yeah, he's in a straitjacket, but he has to turn his head to sing into the microphone because of the way the straitjacket is is wrapped around him there.
So he's theatrical.
Absolutely, there. Kiss is more party theatrical either way there. More, actually, let me take that back. Party rock with some theatrics in there. No, the Gene Simmons Fire Breathing Act thrown in the mix there.
I mean, it's like
spewing out blood.
in the main genre, it is. I mean, you would call Kiss classic rock for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you would.
it's-
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Fire, check your Skype.
Okay, I guess we got something coming in, I guess.
Either that or
I'll
it's going
take
to
care
do
of it.
tricks.
I'll take care of it, Keith.
All right.
Okay.
So definitely, Kiss, definitely respect. And by the way, once again, also respect to the passing of other Kiss members. One of the other one who died being Mark St. John, who did the lead guitar for Lives from '84. Great album from them. As half the tour for that album as well the same year. He got some sort of hand issue there with his right hand. It was turning purple and such. So Bruce Kulick had to fill in for the rest of that tour there.
And he's been around. He's Bruce Kulick. He was in the band, the live band, touring band for what's his name who just passed? Meatloaf.
Oh, really? Because I know he was involved mostly with the current lineup of Grand Funk Railroad.
Yeah, if you look it up, he was like the guitarist for his first.
No, I think that's
touring
probably
band.
Bob Kulick. Bob Kulick.
Nah, Bruce, look it up. Look it up. Keith, look that up real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Because I know Bob passed away not too long ago. His older brother there, who also played with Paul Stanley on this solo tour there.
Really?
I remember seeing that at the Ritz and Rose. Yeah, I remember seeing that at the Ritz and Roseville around the winter of '88. There, me and a friend checked out both shows at the Friday and Saturday there, and that's when we first heard of the
You
band.
saw Paul Stanley?
Oh, you never asked.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Art.
Okay, next one I got is Kenny Hillary who was the bassist for Quiet Riot, died in
Oh,
his
wow.
20s of suicide.
Wow. Was he before Chuck Wright or after? Was he after the two ones or before Chuck Wright and Rudy Sarzo?
Well, actually, I don't know the specifics. I just know he was a bassist.
Okay, there. I'm thinking possibly maybe after Rudy Sarso's departure, and when they, I guess when they went back to the club days after the '90s ended there. If I'm correct there.
Okay. Did you get the
Right
suicide there, Keith?
Yes, I did.
Good.
Yep.
Okay, next one I got is Jonathan Melvoin, who was a
I
member
know
of
who it
the
is.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, he was their backup keyboardist, and also he was the Wendy Melvoin, the guitar who was the lead guitarist for Prince and the Revolution, and they were both the children of Mike Melvoin, who played on all those Partridge Family albums released in the early '70s on Bell Records. In fact, Mike formed some sort of a group to alert musicians to keep off of drugs there, if I'm correct there. So can imagine the hurt and embarrassment Mike felt when he heard about his son Jonathan dying from drug use.
Heroin and alcohol overdose.
And that's one of the things that got James Chamberlain, the Pumpkins drummer, fired from the group because he was having drug issues many times before. In fact, their former bass player, who later succumbed to drug use herself later on, why, I have no fucking clue why. But apparently, according to her, he would call up, said, "I'm getting clean. I'll do it. Please give me another chance." Blah 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 in there. But then boom, that was it for a while. It decided to go on as a trio after this. So it's very sad there.
Yeah. Next one I
Now,
got.
after that person did the Smashing Pumpkins make any new music after that?
Yeah, they still continued as a three-piece. They released this one album. Forgot the title, but they had a pretty interesting song on it. I forgot the title of that as well there. But they continued as a trio up until Chamberlain returned it to the group. And that's when the blonde bass player, I guess her name is Darcy or something like that, she decides to leave. And they replace her with the former bassist from Hole. Melissa, what's her face there? Afador or something like that. If I'm correct there, let me look her up there. I always thought she was hot. Blah. Go ahead, Ark there.
Okay, next one I got is John Panozzo.
John Panazzo, the drummer from Styx.
Yep. Gastrointestinal hemorrhage, natural
Wow.
causes.
Yeah.
Wow. And his brother, by the way, shout out to his brother Chuck, who, by the way, despite being HIV positive, is still touring with Styx.
Or what's left
He's still
of
out there.
Styx.
Really?
Yeah. He came out of the closet he revealed he was HIV
What?
positive, and he also came out as an open gay man.
What?
Yeah.
When was this?
This was in the early. I found out about not a couple years ago. I was like,
Holy shit.
I know. I was surprised myself, man. I was like, wow, I never knew that. But then again, in the '70s, when they were in their prime, they had to keep it a secret. Otherwise, the bass player is gay, the singer is gay. Forget them. I won't listen to them no more. That's how it was during that time. Same thing with the '80s.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Keith. Keith, what's the list so far?
70 natural causes, 37 overdose, 20 plane crash, 12 suicide, 10 car crash, 8 shot, 4 accidental, 4 unknown, 2 stabbed.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
Wow.
Okay, the next one I got is Chaz Chandler.
Chad Chandler. He was a member of the Animals with
Right.
Eric Burden there. And he also managed Jimi Hendrix for a while there.
Yeah.
There to Stan.
He died of
In
an
fact, he.
aortic
Oh, go ahead.
aneurysm,
Oh wow,
natural causes.
wow, that's something there. No.
Next one I got is Marge Ganser,
Who?
the
Marge.
Shangri-Las.
Oh, okay. There, I see there.
Breast cancer,
Oh wow.
natural causes.
Oh, I see there. Yeah.
72 natural causes.
Dang, dude.
And 37 overdose.
I see there.
I'm still. Oh,
Ah,
Tupac Shakur.
Tupac Shakur.
I know, I like
That
Shakur
was in.
better.
Fine.
No,
Oh,
Shakur's
well.
right, though.
Yeah, I know. We all. Yeah, I heard about it on when I was getting my oil change at the nearby Jiffy Lube. There, he was shot a couple times there. He was shot before, as you remember. Now, here's something that I need to talk about here. I suppose when that death occurred, I was sitting next to a couple black guys at the City Club in Detroit, and they were talking about. They asked me, They were talking about Tupac's death, and they asked me what I thought about it. And said, obviously there was footage in a security camera, and I guess it was happening in Atlantic City, New Jersey, if I'm correct.
Well, I think
There
it's
was
Las
a-
Vegas.
Las
Yeah, it
Vegas.
was Las Vegas.
Okay,
There you
thank
go.
you. Yeah,
There
it was
you go,
Las
Keith.
Vegas. There was footage of him, Suge Knight, the president of Death Row Records, getting into a scuffle with security at one of the casinos on that very same night. And
They,
that's when the murder occurred there. And
Yeah,
Suge
it-
Knight, I'm talking, and
Oh.
Suge Knight took upon himself to make this into a plot to get rid of Sean Puffy Combs and Notorious B.I.G. He put the blame before when Tupac was shot before, because remember he was shot a couple of times during a holdup at the near a studio where B.I.G. was recording. Knight decided to use this as a ploy to say B.I.G. arranged that robbery to take place on Tupac there. And the Tupac, went along with it there. Biggie one time confronted Tupac about this. What the hell are you saying this bullshit for? Tupac responds by saying, I'm trying to sell records. Remember the 3 C's of the entertainment industry? Controversy creates cash, but only this controversy would cost Tupac and then later Biggie their lives.
Right.
Unfortunately, there.
I remember that night, Tupac and his crew was stomping down Orlando Anderson, who was a gang member, in the lobby of a hotel.
Mm.
Yep. And then so they stomped him out, and then they left, and then Orlando Anderson he got his car and chased after them, and it was Orlando Anderson that killed Tupac. And then 3 years later, Orlando Anderson got murdered in a 3-way drug
deal.
drug deal gone wrong.
Mm.
It was a triple murder of a drug deal gone wrong.
Wow.
So the guy who shot Tupac died 3 years later.
Yeah, so he got
Really?
his just
Yep.
desserts.
Orlando Anderson.
I remember hearing that name, yeah.
Wait,
Orlando
was the
Anderson.
Tupac thing a drug deal?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
It was
No,
originally a scuffle. No.
Yeah.
Well, I remember it was a scuffle between Tupac, Suge Knight, and a couple of security guards at the casino in Vegas.
hmm.
Yep.
And of course, a couple months later, in the following year, we will lose Biggie Smalls, aka Notorious B.I.G.
Keith, who did you like? Well, we got to get back into rock, but Keith, who did you like better?
Tupac.
All right.
Tupac is way more gangster than Biggie.
Well, of course,
Like-
you got to give Tupac his due. He had to
Yep.
be gangster to sodomize that one lady there to end up self in jail there.
Yeah, I know Tupac. He was born in jail, and he's been to jail. Like when he was alive, he was in
Well,
jail.
his mother was in. I guess from his mother, what I understand, was a member of the Black Panthers, and I guess
Yes.
some of the Black Panthers often got themselves thrown in jail for this kind of protest, for that, standing against this or that protest here, that demonstration here and there, because the Black Panther was kind of like they kind of like had a watchful eye over them from the government because they fear them attempting to coup or something like that. What they call attempted coup over the White House or something like that. You got White House. Federal officials are always very cautious when a group like that emerges because they're going to think they're going to try and take over the government. They're going to try and take over the establishment. They're going to take over whichever branch of government, whether it's local, state, or federal. So that explains why.
The Black Panthers are like BLM.
Something like that. Actually, let's go on the record to say the Black Panthers were the original BLM.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Only problem,
And I
only
remember
difference is the BLM don't carry rifles, because I've never seen photos of the Black Panthers doing that.
Oh yeah. And then I remember when Biggie died. Should I talk about that right now?
Yes, go ahead, since it's going to be up around the corner there.
Yeah, Biggie died, and then like the next day his new album dropped, Life After Death.
Yes.
And there was this big block party, like
that
around his
turned into
house.
a riot. I remember hearing about that. Once they played the hit single "Hypnotize," which, by the way, sampled lines from Herb Alpert's "Rise." If you listen to both those tracks, you know what I mean. When he started playing that song, whole block went psycho.
Yes.
And that showed there was a lot of arrests being made,
Yes.
Yeah. I remember seeing that on MTV News when that occurred there.
Yeah, I remember there was this TV show series way back when I used to actually watch TV. It was Ice-T. He did this like TV series to find out who shot Tupac and who shot Biggie.
Credit to him.
Yep, and he found out that it was Orlando Anderson that shot Tupac, and it was a LA police officer that shot Biggie. And
I remember hearing about that as well. This guy associated with a Suge Knight a lot. He even wore red, representing the Bloods gang there.
Yeah, and then after the police officer shot Biggie, he resigned from his job or quit or something.
Yeah.
And then he was like on trial, but they couldn't find enough evidence to convict him for killing Biggie. So he's he got away free.
Got away with murder.
Yep.
Wow. Sad.
Yeah.
Well, but then again, would you say that Suge Knight kind of started the East Coast, West Coast feud between both sides there? Because remember, I agree as well, because he wanted to rule the hip-hop world, period. He wanted to be Palpatine. He wanted to be the one behind the empire. And he didn't appreciate any competition coming in. And that competition, of course, being Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Puffy, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Diddy. And the list goes on that one there. But he just didn't appreciate, Puffy and Biggie, invading what he could. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
He wanted to rule the world. And the thing was, Suge Knight had this thug, drug dealer, massive dictator mentality when it comes to running his empire.
Yes.
Don't invade my turf. This is my world. You're just a speck that I could step on, and anybody else who tries to compete with us will end up in big trouble.
Yeah, he's acting like Tony from Revere.
No, it was more like he was, and it was kind of funny about that. Our former Detroit mayor, Kwame Kilpatrick, tried following that same route.
Oh, who?
Kwame Kilpatrick. Look him up.
Kwame.
He was Kwame Kilpatrick. He was a former
Okay.
mayor of Detroit in the early 2000s. And man, he fucked Detroit raw with no Vaseline.
Wow. Kwame Patro. You said Kwame Patroy Patrick?
No,
Patreon.
Kwame Kilpatrick.
Oh, okay.
Patreon. You know what I'm saying?
He was the subject of that show American Greed on CNBC one time. Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll tell you what.
And-
I'll look up the Wikipedia and I will send it, put it in the Skype chat, dudes.
Oh, yeah, I guess I
Okay.
spelled his name wrong because
I know it.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember. There was an award show in New York,
Yep.
and Suge Knight was there
Yes.
at the award show, and he's like, he made this speech up on stage. He's like, if you wanna be a rapper and you don't want your producer all up in the videos, all up in the everything, they come to Death Row and like
I remember that,
leave,
man.
leave Bad Boy.
That's
Uh,
right. That's right. And of course, Snoop Dogg, but then known as Snoop Doggy Dogg, he gets on stage. He gets booed. He's saying Snoop Dogg's like, fuck the East Coast. Fuck the East Coast here. And that's when that whole bullshit started.
Well, yeah. First he said, he came up, he and Dr. Dre came up on stage, and he's like, everyone was booing, and he's like, the East Coast don't got no love for Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
all right.
Yeah,
we gotta,
someone
guys. We
called-
gotta get back on the rock here.
Yeah, we got to do that some other time there on the next episode there. Get going
All right.
because, Ark's getting impatient there. We
Come
got to
on.
respect Ark, boy. And I put the Kwame Kilpatrick Wikipedia in the chat there for you cats to check out there.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, there. And Vikings is hey Vikings, you want to join the show later on? Because it said that Shake Bars and C-Man are bashing you real hard, YR, and they're bashing Keith.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care about the drama anymore, bro.
Okay, okay.
People have the right to say what they want. It's up to
Yeah.
us or whoever they say it to respond or not. So
Wait,
Come on,
but
guys.
are they bad? Are they bashing us because of the Bullfrog show when we were on with Joe Cronin?
I don't know. Who cares? And I don't know. You can watch it after.
Yeah, I'm not concerned
Yeah,
about
the
that
music
either.
show
Right
here.
now, that we're doing the music show, and that's
Which we do every Monday and Thursday. We've been doing that. for
Correct, there.
a long
That's
time,
right
so.
there. So the drama comes. Now is not the time for drama. That comes later.
All right.
Okay, go ahead, Ark.
Oh, time for me to wake up.
Okay. Oh, dude.
I mean,
Sorry,
it is a
I
rock and
couldn't
roll show.
resist
Come on,
that.
guys.
Randy California of Spirit.
Oh, the guy who wrote "I Got a Line on You," one of their big hit songs there.
Yeah,
I guess the guy who wrote that piece, Taurus, which they said Led Zeppelin ripped off for the Stairway to Heaven.
well,
The
if you
intro
listen
introduction,
to it,
that
you
is.
can hear Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, but you can hear it. Yeah, absolutely. But it's a totally different song there.
He drowned trying to save his son.
Oh, wow.
Well, actually, he drowned and saved his son.
Wow. That's something there.
Quite a story.
I know.
January of 1997. Where was he swimming? Hawaii.
Ah. That is something there, man.
Yeah, he died in a sense a hero because he'd saved his son.
I know, yeah. So what was his son? Was his son drowning?
I guess his son was caught in
Russian.
some water and he went and got him. and then ended up
Yeah.
drowning himself. Some kind of, probably one of those whirlpool things. You know, where
Oh wow.
where the water kind of pulls
Well,
people.
Yeah, yeah. I see what you're talking about there. I know what you're talking about.
Next one I got is Alexander Young, who was 58, and he was
Hmm.
a member of ACDC. I
Oh yeah.
don't. At any rate, he died of lung cancer. So you've got yourself a drowning and a lung cancer there, Keith.
Okay.
Was this guy the bass player or the
I
drummer? I
don't know
guess.
what instrument. I don't know what
Because
instrument he play.
I don't know because the ACDC I first heard of back when I had the High Voltage album, great album by the way,
Yeah.
next to Back in Black, was Angus, Malcolm, Bon Scott, Phil Rudd, and a guy named Mark Evans on bass before Cliff Williams came on board.
Okay, next one I got is Brian Connolly of The Sweet.
Oh yeah, he was their front man there,
Yeah.
and I
Li-
guess he was having a lot of health issues around that time. I take it, right?
Liver failure from alcohol abuse.
Oh wow, that's something there.
We'll call that an
Because I'm
overdose.
right.
Overdose has got to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your body, the human body, can only take so much. By the way, there. Called a Sweet Semi Reunion in 1990 at the Ritz in Roseville. It was Mick Tucker and Andy Scott with a new singer, new bass player. Steve Priest wasn't able to make it for some reason. I don't know what it was. I guess he did. He died as well there years on down. And they said that Conley was in an Australian hospital at the time they were on tour. So
Well, they basically
poor
had
guy.
quite a few hits. The big one being Ballroom Blitz and Fox on the Run.
Fox on the Run. Yeah. And the notable ones, my personal favorite from them is either Set Me Free and Sweet F.A.
Yeah. Didn't they do
And we all
Love
know
is
what
Like
the F.A.
Oxygen?
is. Oh, yeah. And, of course, Little Willie.
Yeah.
That was a big song
Blockbuster.
there. Yep. And we all know what FA stands for, right? We do.
We do?
Oh,
They did.
no, I don't.
Oh, sweet fucking ass.
Oh, all right.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Now
And by
you
the way,
know.
they had they had
Come
a
on,
song titled AC/DC about a woman who's bisexual.
I could sit here and name some pretty good Sweet songs. They had another one called Disco Phony, which basically, when you
I-
hear it, they're slam on disco music, and I mean it was
Yeah.
a slam.
Oh yeah, I gotta listen to that one these days. There, play it for all these and Nimrods who still appreciate disco music in the house clubs there.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly how the chorus went. I know there was a part about can't stand that disco music.
Yeah, I remember that just as well, man. In fact, I remember that was the track they were playing when they advertised the album that it was on, A Cut Above the Rest from
Yeah.
1979. I remember hearing that, A Cut Above the Rest, all available on Capitol Records and cassettes. All right, go ahead, Art.
I remember Everclear had a song, Dis and Disco.
Oh, there was more than one or two songs. Frank Zappa had two that
Oh
I
yeah,
remember,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Dancing Fool was one of them.
and the other was Disco Boy.
Man, that was a bit. That's on the one I mentioned was a big hit on the radio there.
Yeah. And
Right.
next one I
Yeah.
got is some cat by the name of Notorious B.I.G.
Oh yeah, which I figured would be around the corner there. He was shot.
He was murdered.
Yep.
Add that to your murdered list.
That's
Okay.
it. Yep.
Yep.
And we all know the story, the situation between. We all explained the whole situation, how that happened there.
Yeah.
Next one I got is Ronnie Barron, which says he's a member of Canned Heat and Paul Butterfield.
Oh.
I don't
Paul
know when
Butterfield,
exactly he was
blues
in
band.
Canned Heat.
Hmm.
Heart failure, natural
Oh,
causes.
wow.
I'm looking.
Go ahead.
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
looking.
Ah.
Okay, let's go on to. I had a bunch of people. I don't know who the heck they are or the groups they were in.
All right there.
Of course, you might, but I don't.
Yeah, well, give me a few and we'll find out there.
John Steele of the Willows.
Never heard of them,
There
unfortunately.
you go.
There you go.
Okay, I've heard of this group, but I don't know the guy. Willie Woods,
Mhm.
guitarist for
Billy Wood.
Junior Walker and the All Stars.
Oh, we all know. We heard of that group many times there.
Yeah.
I guess what the other lung cancer.
How'd you know?
You gave it an indication there. I only know of Steve Cropper and Duck Dunn from that group there. They would later become members of the Blues Brothers backup
Yeah.
band.
Yeah. Next one I got's Jeff Buckley, who is a folk singer.
Yes.
Accidental
And-
Grounding.
He was the son of Tim Buckley, if I'm
Yeah,
correct.
I think that's correct.
And he passed away years before, if I remember.
Right.
Yes. I remember hearing Tim Buckley do a song on the Monkees show there. It was their final say before the episode ended there. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tim Buckley. And he sang his song, and that was it. The show ended there.
Yeah.
And, of course, Jeff Buckley made this one record that was a critical favorite, and then he dies accidentally there. And I guess that goes on the accidental, list, if I'm correct.
Yeah, accidental grounding.
Wow, there. Wow.
Again, I don't know how someone drowns on purpose, but I guess there is drowning by murder.
Oh, wow. But then I misadventure.
Okay. Next one I got's Ronnie Lane
From the Small Faces
and Faces.
and Faces, which had Rod Stewart as
Yeah.
well as their front man.
He
And I
died
guess
of
he had multiple sclerosis.
no. Keith's favorite word: pneumonia. Pneumonia.
Oh, pneumonia. Because I know he was stricken with MS years before. I remember the Faces got back together with Bill Wyman in his place, to do a benefit show for the guy.
Yeah. So that one would be natural causes.
wait. So
See.
one was drowning. Is that like accidental or suicide?
No, it's accidental.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I
and then
suppose
the
you could
last
drown
one
on purpose,
was
but it would
cousin.
be kind of weird.
Yeah.
Lawrence Payton of the Four Tops.
Oh.
Liver cancer.
Ah. Well, sadly,
You could say something about the Four Tops while I'm looking.
Okay, well, I know the Four Tops. We know them. What did next to the Temptations, the
Yeah,
Supremes.
Keith likes them.
Oh yeah, same old song. I'll be there. Still played on the oldies stations today. There, by the way. I mean, there was this one that continuously played them every which way there. I know sometimes you could go to the Goodwill stores. You could hear them play a couple of times on the loudspeaker there. Ahead there.
I'm still looking.
Still looking there. Go ahead, take your time, dude.
For some reason, I backtracked.
That's a great clam bake. The chat finally got him in here.
Nice. Shout out to Clam Bake, dude. .
sorry guys, this is kind of. Oh, here
That's
we go.
understandable.
John Denver.
Oh wow,
You heard of him,
Mr.
right?
Rocky. Yes, we
Oh yeah,
have.
I know. Yes,
Sunshine
that's
on my
Take
shoulder.
Me Home, Country Road
Yeah.
to the place.
Sunshine on my shoulder. I remember hearing that one time there.
Oh yeah.
We could sit here and list a bunch of songs, like Thank
all
God
the
I'm a
song,
Country Boy.
all the songs all the shows he did with the Muppets there many times.
Oh, yeah.
And we got this.
Plane Crash.
Oh yeah, wow! I remember hearing about that as well. I guess was it a suicide? Was it accidental or what?
I would assume it was accidental. People don't. Well, I guess they do, but he didn't.
Oh wow. Because I know there was a lot of speculation about his death there.
Yeah. Well, he was in an experimental plane, whatever the heck that means.
Oh, I never heard of that.
I hadn't either.
Oh.
Next one I got is Henry Vestine, the Sunflower from Canned Heat.
Oh yeah, the Sunflower
Yeah, that was his.
nickname.
Yeah. Heart and
I see
respiratory
there.
failure.
I see there.
Natural causes.
Wow. All right. That's something there.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead there.
Hey.
Hey.
No, I'm looking.
Okay.
Of course, you want to talk about Henry. He was the guitarist for the Canned Heat.
Okay, there. I never had any albums by Canned Heat, so I don't even know those two songs. Going Up the Country and
Right. And
that other one there.
On the Road Again.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. There's at least 3 albums that you really need to get to hear Canned Heat.
Mm.
One of them is Boogie with Canned Heat.
Yeah.
The other is Living the Blues, because they were
Yeah.
basically a blues band.
I see there. Yeah, I understand that well there.
And Hallelujah.
Because I always thought that their singer is because I always thought when I first heard their stuff, I was like, is that Kermit the Frog? Because the singer sounded just like him in a way there.
Oh, you're talking about Alan Wilson. Their main singer was Bob the Bear Height.
Oh yeah,
And he was more bluesy based.
yeah, and more heavier as well there because he was a big dude there.
Yeah. But Alan Wilson, ironically, who sang very little, had the 2 big hits.
Yeah. And of course, I've never seen one footage of them doing "Let's Stick Together."
Brown,
Al
did you
Green
see what
did.
Clambake says in the chat? There was another bus accident with the band The Ghost Inside. Happened a couple of years ago. Have you ever heard of the Ghost Inside band?
No, I haven't. I only know the band Ghost that we have currently right now
Yeah.
there. Did anybody die from that from that wreck there?
His friend lost his leg, he says. Happens in Texas.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Did y'all mention
Sorry to hear that.
did y'all mention the Metallica thing? Did we skip that?
Yeah, we did. No, we did mention them. Yes. that
When?
was
With the
back
death
in
of what's his name? Did we?
Cliff
I don't
Burton.
remember us talking
Cliff
about
Burton.
that.
No. This was I guess it was a while back. I think it may have been last week we were talking about
Oh, we
them
did
because-
that though. We
Yeah, that
covered
was back in
Oh.
eight. Yes, we did. He died, of course, in a bus accident, tour bus accident there.
Yeah. Just make sure
And
we
of
covered
course-
everything.
Absolutely, yeah, and the whole situation on that. All right.
Okay, next one I got is Kurt Winter, who was a member of the Guess Who. And he
One of Canada's
died
finest.
he died of liver failure, so you got yourself another natural causes. Next one I got is Nicolette Larson. I didn't know she was dead.
Oh well, I found out about that. I remember hearing about that. She's best remembered for her song "Lot of Love," which was originally written by Neil Young.
Right.
And here's something else. There's a song on that album called Can't Get Away From You, which features Eddie Van Halen. Believe it or not. Uncredited.
Nice.
And by the way, she was also one of the bridesmaids at Eddie's wedding when he married Valerie Bertanetti in 81 there.
Cerebral edema and liver failure.
Wow.
So you got
Something.
another natural causes.
Yeah, it's sad because she was a good singer there. She had a good song there. I remember hearing that on the 45 in one of the schools I was attending at that time, 78 to be exact.
Next one I got is Jimmy Rogers. He's a guy from the 50s.
Oh,
He died of colon cancer. He did
wow.
Kisses Sweeter Than Wine and Honeycomb.
Oh,
Are
wow.
his biggest ones.
I see there.
And nobody in this group's ever heard either song.
I never heard. I only heard the name, unfortunately, but that was about it there.
Oh, next one I got is Sonny Bono.
Oh,
They call it skiing accident, but basically he ran into a tree.
yeah.
So yeah,
this-
like what year was this?
What?
This was in Sonny Bono's death.
Oh, 98.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Because I
Sonny
remember
Bono.
when it. I remember when it. I don't say. Well, I remember when it happened, but I remember like Sonny and Cher and stuff. Like I don't think
Yep.
it was that recent. Really?
Yeah.
Well, it was many years back, but in a way, it was kind of funny is that he did pop music, he did TV appearances, he did a TV show with his ex-wife, and he later became, I guess, a congressman.
Yeah, I think it was a congressman. I was going to say senator, but no, I think it was a congressman.
I guess it was a senator, then congressman, and I guess it was a Republican, Democrat, or what? Because I remember that it was the same night that Cher won an Oscar for that movie Moonstruck, that Sonny got elected on, I guess, to be a senator, I guess. He got into politics, and I guess what I understand from speaking with a friend I was palling around with, she
He
told me
looks
that,
like the My Pillow guy, Brown.
yeah, yeah. And the way he died, I guess, I don't know how it was. So some say, I don't know if he was high or whatever it was. Or it was
I
a
doubt
freak
that.
accident.
He was pretty much trying to stay clean for the most part.
Yeah.
I
But it was-
imagine he
but-
just, because I think he was
guess he-
skiing at night.
Oh, I see. They're very dangerous to do. Very dangerous. Because, sometimes trees can come out of nowhere because they're unable. Did he have a flashlight with him on his head there? One of those
Heck, I
strap-on
don't know.
heads? I know, because they was to see something out of a cartoon when you think about it there. I'm going to see, right into a tree. Oh, pull his face off the tree surface. They're like, oh, wow, man. But unfortunately, it wasn't like that. He's unfortunately died from the impact.
Yeah, I know that at his services,
Cher was
really
in
broke
tears.
down.
She was in tears because in a lot of ways he helped her get to that first major steps to stardom. He introduced her to the world.
Right.
And in all those little jokes that they did on the Cindy Cher show, he made himself the butt of all the jokes.
Yeah.
And yet she turns around, leaves him for Greg Allman, and they only the marriage only lasts how many days?
Well, they ended up having a son out of it.
Yeah, Elijah Blue, who appeared in the If I Can Only Turn Back Time video there, where she was wearing that almost see-through outfit there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, next one I got is Carl Wilson.
From the Beach Boys.
Yes, lung cancer.
Wow. Yeah, it's sad there.
Okay.
Almost everyone.
ahead.
No, go ahead there.
That's what I was fixing to tell you. Just go ahead.
All right. It's sad, and right now, I don't think their Beach Boys are any left unless it's Al Jardine and Mike Love. I guess they were going at it head for over the rights of the name, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I don't remember Brian dying, but I think he did.
No, Brian's still around.
He just doesn't have anything to do with any of that.
No, not much. He did release an album called Smile, which was supposed to be a Beach Boys album, but it was shelved for some reason there. He finally got around to actually putting it out.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a project album. I remember that.
Yeah.
Right after Pet Sounds.
Yeah.
And the Beach
But I
Boys
guess-
did release one called Smiley Smile.
Yeah, I remember seeing that there. So they made an alternative version of that.
Yeah. Because actually it's kind of funny. The story is that Paul McCartney loved Pet Sounds so much that's what inspired him to...
Sergeant Pepper.
Yep.
Yep. So the Beach Boys helped give birth to a psychedelic classic in a way.
Yeah. Okay, this name I've heard, but I don't know who he is. Falco.
Oh, man. This is the guy who did that song. First, it was Dick the Commissar, which was a big hit. Which was a big hit the same time the band After the Fire did their version.
Yeah.
The Commissar was an 80s classic there. Both versions were classics, needless to say, though I preferred the After the Fire version there. He also, but he really struck it big with the song Rock Me Amadeus back in a few years later in 86. I remember hearing that song so many times on the radio there.
Well, I knew he did stuff I'd heard of, but I just didn't know what.
Oh man.
Traffic Accident.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I heard about that. And I think at the same time, the guitarist Tim Kelly from the band Slaughter died in a car auto wreck as well there.
I hadn't seen that name, but...
Oh, I remember reading about it that both their deaths in issue of USA Today was at my old restaurant job there at one time.
Okay, next guy I got is Cozy Powell and the
Oh,
quite a
my
list of
gosh.
groups.
Oh, man. He was one great badass drummer there. He drummed with Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. He would later drum with the Michael Schenker group. He also
Beck.
drummed with Jeff Beck as well. Black Sabbath. Look up Headless Cross. TYR, Tear. Look up the album Forbidden as well. And sad because he was one kick-ass drummer there.
That was a traffic accident.
Yeah, it was. I remember hearing about that. My dad told me about that one time there. He was reading the paper, sadly.
Wendy O. Williams.
Oh, my gosh. From the Plasmatics. You want to talk about one monstrous female. Woman was it. This woman made a mark for herself by smashing TVs, smashing everything when she was on stage with the Plasmatics. You know, it was all punk at that time. She got herself in legal trouble there. She was put on trial for doing something quote unquote obscene with that sledgehammer there. Of course, she was found innocent there. Of course, she went on to many times switch over from punk to heavy metal there. Got herself some tattoos. She starred in the movie. I guess it was called. Forgot the name, but I remember it was about girls in prison or something like Prison Babes or something like there. So young, so cute, so what? Something like that there. But I guess the other star was this lady named Sybil Danny, who starred in many underground action movies around that time.
Hey, well, it sounds like we missed the good movies.
I know, yeah. Oh, she'll definitely look them up there. And apparently,
Babes in Jail. What was it?
Babes, I'm trying to remember.
Was it an adult movie? Like, was it a porno or was it like?
No, it wasn't. It was like one of those,
hard R's.
It was something that trauma films would love to get their hands on. Needless to say, let's put it that way.
Suicide by gunshot.
Yeah, apparently at the time she couldn't face life as doing a regular job, being a normal person there, and I guess it kind of got to her there, unfortunately. I remember her and the Plasmatics were opening acts for Kiss when they're in their last tour with the Makeup in '82 there.
Okay, next one I got is Tammy Wynette.
Oh, the country singer.
Yeah,
And we know her song, Stand By Your Man.
and of course she divorced her husband a little later, but we won't get
Uh-huh.
into that.
Oh.
Heart failure.
George Jones or
I don't know who her husband was at the time, but I always thought that was kind of ironic.
Yeah. Something there.
And that one's Natural Causes.
I see there, yeah.
Is this right?
All right.
Oh, no. No, I misread the name. I thought it said James Taylor, and I was going to say, what? He's still
Oh,
alive.
wow. Yeah, I know. I was going to say.
My
Next
mom
one.
just saw James Taylor in concert. Like, it was definitely less than 3 years ago.
what?
Yeah.
Definitely not
Wow.
dead.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good to know.
Okay, Linda McCartney.
Oh, my goodness.
Breast
That
cancer.
was a big, I know, that was a big shock for Paul there because along with her husband, she was she was basically one of his main backup ladies. You know, she backed her up when he was feeling down. He was the
That was a good marriage.
It was a very outstanding marriage there. You know, she was a keyboard player for Wings as well. You know, she would appear to him on many of their videos. You know, with the one with Michael Jackson, the Coming Up video from 1980 there. They both were dressed in all those costumes there's Ian Anderson, Frank Zappa, the keyboard player from Sparks,
Yeah.
all those guys. Look it up on YouTube if you can find it there.
It's a pretty
See what
fun
I'm
video.
talking. Very fun video. Multiple, those two doing multiple casting as these different characters. And sadly, she came up with the vegetarian frozen dinners as well there because her and Paul became vegans, I guess, in the start around the 1990s there.
Yeah, from what I understand, I don't know what it is. There's a difference between a vegetarian and a vegan.
Mm. Only thing I know is that they don't eat meat either way there. So definitely anybody knows the correct way of saying it, feel free to let me know there.
I don't want to look it up, but there is a difference. I just don't know
All right.
what it is.
All right there. I see.
Okay, next one I got is Eddie Rabbit. I kind of liked
Oh.
him.
Oh, I never knew he died.
Yeah, lung cancer in 1998.
Wow, man. Because I remember his songs were constantly played on commercial radio. I love her 89. Someone's going to lose a heartache tonight. You know, Step by Step.
And of
All
course, he
those
had
songs
the motion picture soundtrack song "Every Which Way But Loose."
Oh, yeah. Remember, that was his first big one there. The Clint Eastwood movie there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I remember those. I remember hearing around that time. It was around the start of the 80s there, around 80, 81, 82 there. That those songs were massively big.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm looking for the next one.
Okay, there. All right.
Huh.
All
I
right.
guess I can mention him. Steve Sanders of the Oak Ridge Boys. I don't know which one he was.
All right.
Suicide.
It wasn't obviously wasn't the guy with the massive beard. That's for sure. He's still alive. I take it there.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Suicide by gunshot.
Oh wow. I don't know why. Never mind. I lost track of what I was going to say there.
Oh no.
Yeah. But either way,
You were going to say something about suicide, right?
yeah, don't do it, folks.
Yeah.
It does more damage than it does good. Bottom line.
Correct.
Hello.
All right. Then. Hello. I'm here.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, Keith was going to say something.
You already
I
did.
tried to commit suicide in 2007.
Oh,
No.
wow. Never heard of. Wow.
What?
Oh yeah, I jumped out the second story window. 'cause
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't-
we heard the story 45 times. I remember. Yeah.
Oh,
It is pretty. Brown, you know about this?
what? Keith trying to jump out and kill himself by jumping off the second story window?
Then you break your legs.
Yeah, well, I broke both my ankles. I landed on my feet and I broke both my ankles.
Damn.
And I was
What
in a
was-
wheelchair for 3 months. I was using a walker for 3 months.
Wow. I bet you were like, what the fuck was I thinking? Damn it.
Yeah.
It was
Damn.
too. It wasn't high enough.
Oh, well.
Yep.
It wasn't high enough.
Jeez, Keith. You had
Let's
to
not
step
try
your
another
game
one.
up. Yeah, there you go.
No, like
Otherwise,
3 years
everybody at the
later-
group home would be really down on your ass.
Yep. Like 3 years later, I realized that like God put certain things in place, and one of those things is He doesn't want you to commit suicide, and 9 out of 10 times you're gonna fail. So don't even try it.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
true.
Yeah, I agree there.
Next
Just
one.
don't try it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, guy, is Brian McLean. He was a member of the group called Love.
Oh,
Heart Attack.
oh, wow. That was Arthur Lee's band. We all
Right.
remember that band,
Right.
yeah. I remember we discussed that.
Keith, you want to add Jacob RP in here? He has something to say, I guess.
Yep.
Right. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Next one, guy, is
Alright.
Barry
I'm
Pritchard,
getting here in a minute.
who was a member of the Fortunes.
I don't think I heard of them by chance there.
Heart Attack. They did. They had 2 hits. I'm trying to remember their names.
Oh,
Heart attack,
Oh, come
natural
on.
cause.
okay. Okay. Where is...
We're up to 83 natural causes.
So natural causes again leads the list there.
Yep.
I
In
see
second
there.
place, it's overdose with 38.
Okay there.
Well, actually, I'm kind of, in a way, surprised because I figured overdose would be the big one, but it's good to see it's natural cause. Well, it's not good to see any of it, but
Unless you're running a bet. Right there.
Folks,
Yep.
we're coming down on the list.
All right there.
We still have another 20 years.
Right.
We do.
Oh yeah.
oh, that's it. Let's bum out everybody. What? There's
Oh, geez.
more.
Well, the next 20
Yeah.
years really is a bunch of heavy losses.
Yeah.
In rock and roll. A lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true there.
Especially some of
we-
the older bands.
Yeah. The iconic ones as well there. So Jacob RP wasn't able to make the call there, I guess.
I don't
No,
know.
I called him.
And he said he had something to say about what we're talking about there, or was it
Yeah,
about
he's
Big
not
Ear?
pleased or something. I don't know.
Let me look up what he said in your chat there. Blah 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 there.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay,
I was
one more
kinda
time.
Wanna make-
searching.
Go
I
ahead
want to
there.
make this announcement that on the FMN Patreon, Foul Mouse Network Patreon, coming soon, like an hour or so, they're going to go live with this NHF thing, right?
Yeah.
And, bro, I'm telling you, it's going to be like this big drama, like exposing show thing, bro. Like, this is going to be the show of all shows for NHF.
Uh-huh.
So I really think people should. I mean, it's only $1. It's $4 a month. If you're not a Patreon to the Foul Mouse Network, you know what I'm saying? Patreon. Then you're missing out. Because tonight's show, I just hear through the grapevine, and just if you read the description, if you do get that show on Patreon, you can read the description because the link is up on Patreon for NHF. And this show might just be the show of 2022 for NHF. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, they are saying it's going to be this big thing, this big drama, like some heavy shit's going on in the community, which obviously needs to be discussed. But I'm just saying, if you're not a
Go back to play Minecraft, man.
There you are.
RP, what's your problem
RP.
with the show, bro? What's your problem with the show?
Hold on, let me see.
Come on,
You know
Odole.
what's crazy? Why I did notice Tony's teeth, but I never mentioned it in the chat. I did notice his teeth look a little weird. I did see a little glisten to his teeth. I should have
Well,
mentioned it in the chat. That would have really
that's
gotten.
what-
That would have
that's
really
what-
gotten.
Saw
to
that
him.
right.
Well,
That
that's
would have
what
really
they're-
got. That would have really gotten. That would have really gotten to him, Dr. Earl.
I know. Well, let's just keep it, with the music. Why do you hate the music shows?
Because you always get
RP.
like one view a show, literally. Every
It's
time
not
this
about
show
the
comes
views,
on.
bro. Drama gets
It's not
the
about
views
the
in the community
views.
when
It's
it's
just
not a
that
drama
you guys
show.
talk
then,
about
you know.
music that no one knows about and artists that people no one knows about. And
It's
I
called
mean, hold on though.
education.
I didn't come in here for that. I didn't come in to disrespect Dr. Earl and his co-host.
Well,
So.
I
Put you on
understand.
the
Well,
spot.
Number one, hello,
Yeah.
Dr. Earl and his
hello,
co-host.
what up, Jacob?
How you guys doing? I'm not
We are
rude.
good.
It's
We're
just that
kicking it.
YR asked me the question and I'm just answering. That's all. I'm not
Okay.
rude.
Well,
But no, I do give credit to Dr. Earl. He's very committed to his music and his reviews.
yeah.
No matter who's here, how many views, Dr. Earl is always here for Rap Maniacs or Music Maniacs. I mean,
Yes.
so I respect that. I'm just a shithead. I always have nothing good to say about anything, but I
Like,
don't know.
look.
Maybe because I'm more of a hip hop guy, so I don't really
Yeah, but you had bro Brown. This guy had a Metallica shirt, the Black Album.
But just because oh my fucking god, bro, just because I have a Metallica shirt on doesn't mean I'm a fucking Metallica like.
I'm just
Maybe he
saying.
likes the design.
Well, actually, Metallica does have one of the best design logos ever. But
Yeah,
also,
that's true there, yeah.
my brother had the shirt, and I just wore it one day
Ah.
for some odd reason. And then from that day on, fucking YR thinks I'm like a rock and roll savant or a
I
genius.
thought you were. I was like, dang, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
I
Yeah,
think
you
but
I
know
like
some bands, right? You know, like the basics.
I know the
Right.
basics, but I don't know anything about them. I don't know any of like the.
Why we have this fucking show so people like you can learn.
Clambake did say that this show is more of like a history lesson. I do agree with
Well,
that.
Yeah.
I mean, Brown, this is a good. I don't know if Ark wants
Well,
to close
what
up the
is-
list, but we need to discuss why Rock is dead or not. We didn't even dive into that.
I think
Yeah,
it's
we-
because of how this new generation is. I don't think the old rock and roll can survive in this new generation.
I think what it is, again, I think Jacob does have a point. A lot of the new generation basically grew up on bands like a Pearl Jam, Blues Traveler, the jam bands, the sensitive bands, Wallflowers, and they were thinking like, hey, this is what rock and roll is. Whereas people like me and Art grew up on Foghat, Pink Floyd, Black Sabbath, all these other bands, hearing all these groups that we grew up listening to, that Alice Cooper. You present some
Yeah.
of these other bands out there that Ark mentioned many times in episodes before, and the kids today be like, huh, who, what, we, what?
Exactly.
And let's also keep in mind that a lot of the record labels and the companies are so focused on the main records, the main albums. Like just now, the Eagles catalog is now finally coming out on the on vinyl there. The first album, One of These Nights, The Greatest Hits, Hotel California, The Long Run, whereas mostly back before they just put out compilations, all the greatest hits, and that'd be it, while when 2 or 3 but some of the original records would remain. But I think what it is that most of this band's music out there is no longer available, and the kids today only know what's out there right now, so they pick up on that and they run
Exactly.
with it. And you also
Well,
got to remember, a lot of these groups out there, as like Imagine Dragons, for instance, as I spoke in the vlog earlier, they speak about how they pick up on what this grunge scene, the alternative scene, and they figure that's what the rock and roll is about. Because it obviously, for the obvious reason that they were not around in the 70s or the 80s there when I was enjoying all that stuff there. whether it's Priest, Sabbath, Arcadia, all that good stuff there.
I like Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, I'm glad you do. I'm not into
You would
them.
like some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
fucking imaginary
Jacob,
dragon.
glad you're here, Jacob, because I was thinking about we would bring you in on the subject of Biggie,
Break wind
Tupac.
in my mouth, Jacob.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on what happened with this altercations between Suge Knight? What are your thoughts on the East Coast West Coast feud? Do you think it was a ploy by Suge Knight just to rule over the hip hop world, or do you think it was necessary, or do you think it was sad that Biggie and Tupac had to be the ones caught in the crossfire? Their lives ended because of something that should have never came about in the first place. You think Suge Knight started the whole thing? What are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts?
To be
Hey,
honest,
wait. What? Go ahead, but are you because I asked everyone this, are you a Biggie guy or a Tupac guy? And then go ahead.
Well, I've always been more of a both kind of guy. I love both of them individually.
This is the East Coast thing. You gotta have love for Biggie if you're East Coast guy, automatic. Like that's just
that's the thing. Always.
Yeah,
being
but
from
that's where they're expecting you to be.
I think it was more of a ploy by the devil to
the Illuminati.
I think it was a ploy by the Illuminati and the devil, and I think both Tupac and Biggie were way too young to go the way they did. Tupac and Biggie would have held the rap game today in such standards that nobody even knows. Like, I think Pac and Biggie would have created new hip hop legends and created new waves of. I don't know. Like, I don't think it was supposed to go down like that. Obviously, I don't know. I think Tupac and Biggie were supposed to live forever and be the kings of hip hop and stuff, but the devil and the Illuminati, and when you give your life away, and like, I don't know, man, it's fucked up. It's fucked up what happened in the 90s and how easy everything was just, driven by the media and the West Coast, East Coast thing, and Pac and Biggie, like, basically once being friends too, and now bitter enemies. That was more of a big seller thing, Yeah. Also,
did they have a clothing line back then? Did they have their own clothing lines?
Not that we know of.
I think Biggie's daughter has a clothing line now.
I don't know how like Sean John and then Rockaware was Jay-Z's and
Yeah. I don't think Pac ever came out with anything though. I never saw.
That was just albums and movies. That was about it.
Yeah, I once saw like a pair of Tupac shoes, but they were like, I don't think they were under a Tupac brand. But
bootleg.
To answer your question, YR, I'm more of a Biggie guy because Tupac's music was, I don't know, it wasn't. It was more like poetic and.
Agree. It was.
And sad and stuff. Biggie's music was more like, it was also poetic because of the way he rapped and the way he wrote his songs.
But it was real life.
But it was real life, but also it was sad too, but it had a lot of happiness in it too. Even though Biggie rapped about a lot of death, and one of his albums was called Death something.
Life After Death.
Yeah, that.
Jesus.
Came out after his death.
His first album... Biggie's first album was called Ready to Die, and Biggie's second album was called Life After Death.
Yeah, real great. So I do believe that Biggie, overall as a rapper, as an artist, like I do think Biggie is superior to Tupac, only because most of Tupac's music, I'll put it this way, most of Biggie's music can be played in a club, like in a nightclub. Pac's music was more of like you're in the car and you're driving to work and you want to listen to a song and listen to the story of it, maybe get a little connection with Tupac about his life and your own. But like Biggie's music like lit you up. That shit got you up and started and ready to go and go party and fuck some bitches. Pac's music made you want to be a visionary and a revolutionary and we the people and fight the man.
Open your mind. open
And
your
fight
mind
against
up
the
to this.
power and fight against the man, you know? Fuck the police. That type of music.
Yeah.
I'll give the rest of the panel a chance to answer YR's question. Who's better, Biggie or Pac?
Well, I think Tupac, and I think we all already answered this question, right?
I mean, this is a
You-
fucking
I
rock
would-
and roll
I would
show, for
say
Christ's
both.
sakes.
I mean, I would prefer both in equal way because they were both highly poetic with their words and their rhymes.
Guys, can we stick to the rock and roll, please? This is some damn hip hop fucking MTV rap
Can we get
bullshit.
Minnesota on the call?
Sorry, Brown. Go ahead.
Dr. O, you want to get Minnesota on the call?
No,
What? Oh,
no drama.
gee. Well, as long as it's
All right.
not drama. If he wants to contribute to the discussion and rock and roll deaths here and there, and
Doubt
also no going
Gonna shit
after
on
Jacob.
for-
No,
that's
no,
right.
No shitting on Bullfrog. No shitting on Jacob. Let's keep the discussion on rock and roll, the music.
When Jacob's on, bro, he's pulling
Right.
one of those bitch cards and prima donna bullshit, and like, oh, I'm not gonna work with you if fucking RP's on. So fuck that. RP's here, so if you can't be an adult for once, for half a second, just be on a Skype call with someone. I mean, just be an adult, guys. More so, Minnesota Bakery fans, please, Minnesota.
Who?
Bro.
That's all we ask.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said they won't come on because I'm on?
Hey, ultimatum last week. Oh, I'll never listen to the
Minnesota
show.
said that.
Never
Oh,
listen
my
my
gosh.
And if RP's on the show, I'm like, what?
Aw, come on, man. Vikings has nothing to offer. Like, what is he? Who is he? His shows are streaming other people's shows. Who is Vikings, anyways? He's like a human soundbite. He's a human. What does he add to this?
He's a human.
He was
human.
going to talk about Seaman's show just now.
Who
Who?
cares about any of that? Exactly. Who?
Bro, I thought they quit YouTube at Christmas time. They're back. I
That's
mean,
why.
what's-
That's why I thought. That's what I was thinking as well.
We're not allowed to speak on drama on this show. I forbid it.
Yeah.
But this
Later
stuff
on, maybe tonight. Yes, definitely.
I hope that show sucks.
All right.
Well, the show tonight to be at is on Patreon on NHF. It's the NHF show, which is obviously a Foul Mouse Network production. So the Foul Mouse Network Patreon will have NHF on it tonight. It's gonna be
I
one
hope
of the
it's not. I hope it's
Listen,
not
it
3
says all-
hours of.
bro.
Sorry.
It says all drama. It says drama description. But go ahead. You don't wish it's a sports show. That's not going to be a drama show. What were you going to say?
I hope it's not like 3 hours of just talking about the same person. I hope it's like a
hope they talk
variety.
football for 2.5 hours, and then the other 2.5. I hope they talk about. No, I think it's going to be full drama. A lot of shit's been
No,
going
I
on.
know the drama. Okay, but like, does it have to be the same drama with the same person? I hope it's not like 3 hours of
They're gonna talk-
Tony. 3 hours of Tony. Oh my God, Tony, the great big bad Tony. I hope it's like a variety of things. Maybe
I mean,
you,
mean,
maybe
I'll
Dave.
accept whatever the fuck they give me, bro. Let's not be picky here.
Yeah, there's so many rules on this side of the moon. Why are there so many rules? Whatever we give you is what
Maybe-
you get. What the fuck? Who came up with that?
Exactly. You're going to eat it, and
Maybe
you're going to like it. You're
No,
not
why does it have to
fucking
be like that? You know, that's the Dave Rose effect. That's the Dave Rose effect. You get what you get what I give or whatever.
Take what I give you.